Hello everyone, I'm Jimmy Conrad and welcome to FIFA Global Series Extra, the show that keeps you up to date on everything happening in the world of competitive FIFA. And here are your top stories of the week on a segment we like to call The Buzz. And we're going to start with a look back at the first major event of this new FIFA 20 season, FUT Champions Cup Stage 1, where, to no one's surprise because he's done it the last 2 seasons, Fnatic's newest signing Tekkz not only walked away from Bucharest as the champion, he also did it without losing 1 game in the whole competition. What a hero. And on top of that, he defeated FIFA, who was the only other unbeaten player at the tournament, with a convincing 3-0 win in the cross-console grand final to secure himself 2,000 Global Series points and $50,000. And as I mentioned before, with this win, Tekkz continues his tradition of winning the first FUT Champions Cup of every season, after doing it in Barcelona for FIFA 18, in Bucharest for FIFA 19, and in Bucharest again for FIFA 20. And now I'm convinced that he likes to win in cities that start with the letter B. So maybe if the FIFA E World Cup is in Bristol this year, he'll finally have a chance at winning it. No? Yes? Okay. My bad jokes aside, what I want to know is, will we see another tradition being kept at the next event too? Because Texas' biggest rival in the FIFA scene, MS Sassari, has won the second FUT Champions Cup in the past 2 years. So can Bucharest become the home of yet another tradition? Well, we're going to have to wait and see, though I'll be in Bucharest this time and I'm really looking forward to it. So let the parties and pickup games begin. Also, we learned some other things during this first event of the season, and it's a full-blown drama alert. Yes, we got some heat in the competitive scene, and it's the product of the never-ending England versus France rivalry, when England's Lyrics and France's Rafsu got into it during their match on day 1 in the Swiss rounds. Yes, if you didn't hear about it, the 2 players matched up with a record of 2-0, and whoever won would guarantee their spot into the knockout rounds on day 2. So it was a big match, and Lyrics came out with a 6-0 beatdown of Rafsu, which prompted Lyrics to post this online after the match. I won my last game 6-0, and now I'm through to the knockouts. Unfortunately, our opponent Rafsu didn't want to shake my hand, so next time we're going to hit him for 10 goals. So thankfully for all of us neutrals, the 2 players faced each other on day 2 for a chance to make it to day 3. And while Lyrics didn't keep his promise of putting 10 goals past his French opponent, he did manage to keep yet another clean sheet and win 2-0, which prompted him to go back online to stir the pot a little more when he wrote this: "Through to the championship on Sunday, 2 clean sheets, and we got a handshake. Let's go," which is awesome. So please raise your hand if you want to see these 2 play again in the next major event. That is definitely me. And now for all of you that hadn't heard about some new qualification features that have been put in place this season, FUT Champions Cup Stage 1 didn't only offer the opportunity for automatic qualification for FUT Champions Cup 2 to the top 4 finishers, it also was the last hope for some players not participating at the event to maybe sneak into the next major in Bucharest. And wait, how does that work, you ask? Well, let me tell you, that's why I'm here. If a player managed to qualify for FUT Champions Cup 2 through the online qualifiers and through finishing in the top 4 at FUT Champions Cup 1, the extra spot would go to a player they beat online. And if you can believe it, there were a total of 12 such stories. But the main ones were those of #Tom, SPQR's Paulinetto, and BeneCR7. Now, Tom needed 1 of 4 players at the start of the event to reach top 4, whereas Bene and Paulinetto's only hopes were Lyrics and FIFA. Sadly, and even though his odds were better, Tom's hopes in the deciding quarterfinal were relying on Ustin. And unfortunately for him and his team, #United, FIFA managed to keep his unbeaten run going with a last-minute winner against Ustin, which secured qualification for FIFA's fellow Brazilian compatriot Paulinetto. And in addition to the happy ending for Paulinetto, Bene had one too, because with Lyrics' win over Rafsu, it helped him secure his spot for the next major in Bucharest as well. And that must be a pretty good feeling, as evidenced by this.
Lyrics looking for a third. Just looking for a fantastic performance over the 2 legs. And
Lyrics, absolute Legende. Lyrics, legend. Next drama der Burger is on me.
And that reaction is pretty much me every time I score in FIFA 20 because I'm not scoring as much as I'd like. Anyway, now it's time for a fun fact for you, because for the first time in competitive FIFA history, players were able to stream every single match of the competition on their own Twitch channels. Yes, that's right. Every viewer could go on watchfifaglobalseries.com and select any of the 64 streams available, which is super cool. And not only did this give the players more exposure to help them grow their channels, it also allowed their family, friends, and and fans to watch every single minute of their action. In fact, some of the secondary streams reached up to 10,000 viewers during certain matchups, which is awesome. Just like it's awesome for the viewer now, because if you aren't interested in the game that was chosen for you, you can go to watchfifaglobalseries.com, find your favorite player or game, and enjoy the show. And finally, last Friday was not only the introduction of the new competitive season, but it was also the introduction of the new Road to the Final FUT items in FIFA 20. From the 8th until the 15th of November, these special 14 items will be available in FUT, as well as a Joe Gomez SBC, which hopefully isn't being put in a headlock by Raheem Sterling. And yes, that joke is for me, but I know that you liked it. Also, the idea behind these items is simple. The further a player's team progresses in the Champions League, the bigger the upgrade throughout the season. Personally, I'd be looking at trying to pick up Road to the Final Militao, who is easily one of my favorite defenders in FIFA 20, and I'm sure that with this boost, he'll become even more overpowered. And if I had the coins, I'd also be looking at Sadio Mane, since Liverpool seemed to be replicating last year's form, so they should be making a deep run again in the competition, meaning Mane could go all the way up to a 95 rated item. That is, if Liverpool win the Champions League for the second straight season. And all right, everyone, that is a wrap for The Buzz. But be sure to tune into FUT Champions Cup Stage 2, kicking off live from Bucharest on Friday, November 22nd at 5:30 a.m. Eastern, 10:30 a.m. UK time on twitch.tv/EA Sports FIFA, and running all weekend long. See you soon.